All right, you are going to be using the next 3 pages in your composition notebook, as well as the first 3 pages in your adjectives packet. You're going to be using this page, and this page. So let's work with this one first. You're going to cut this all the way around the outside, and you're going to glue the whole back side down. You're not going to do much writing with this one, so you're just going to cut it out, glue it in, on the outside and glue it down just like this. The next one has a little bit more folding with it and cutting. This one's a little flat book, and the directions at the bottom of that page tell you how to do it. If you're ready to move on to that one, you can. The title up at the top of this page is just adjectives. Once you have that done, we'll flip over to the next page. The next one is adjective suffixes. Now this one's a little flat book, and usually when we see dotted lines, we cut on the dotted lines and we keep the solid lines intact, but this one's a little bit opposite. We're going to keep the dotted, cut on the solid. So we're going to cut this all the way around the outside, just like this, okay? So it's like one big piece, and then we're going to cut each flap individual here, just like this. So we have little flaps in each one. So you're going to do that on both sides, and then you're only going to glue the back side of the middle strip down. Okay, so I would do that on the other side too. And I'm just going to glue the middle. You can kind of see where the dotted lines are shining through the back side here. You're just going to glue a strip down here and stick that right in here, and we're going to write underneath each one of these. And then the next one is all the way around the outside. Sorry, it's upside down. All the way around the outside and glue the whole thing down. So I will let you continue working on those right now. I'm going to finish mine and I'll show you what they should look like at the end or after you have paused this video. All right, so we are on the first page now that we cut out and glued in today. This is going to be where it talks about all the different definitions of adjective and how to find an adjective and what it is, what it isn't, that kind of a thing. So we're not going to take many notes today. An adjective is a describing word. You guys have probably worked with them before. An adjective describes a noun. So a person, place, thing, or idea, and it's talking in more detail about that. A lot of the times it will answer these questions. How many of a noun? What kind of a noun? Or which one of a noun? Okay, so a lot of times you can answer or find an answer to these 3 questions, and if you can in a sentence, it's most likely going to be an adjective. So we can look down below here and say, the pokey porcupine wore warm, fuzzy earmuffs. So they have in bold and underline all the different adjectives that are in these sentences here. We could say how many? Well, we can answer that one for this one. What kind? The pokey or warm and fuzzy earmuffs, or which one? Last night we ate 3 pizzas. How many? Notice how numbers are all adjectives unless they are by themselves. If it's right next to a noun or right before a noun, it's used as an adjective. So 3 pizzas, fizzy sodas, green roof, yellow roof, colors. What kind or which one could be colors? 5 brown horses, and then the pink furry bear is mine. Okay, so they all describe nouns, and they answer these questions here. Numbers and colors are most of the time, unless they're by themselves, adjectives. So that's the first page. Here's the title of the first page. Flip open to the next page. This was all of the little flaps on this page here. Adjective suffixes is the title of this page. This word right here, suffix, means the end of a word. So a lot of the times you'll find adjectives that have these endings to their words here. So now that you have this cut out and glued in, what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip open each one. You may have to pause it after I flip open each flap, and we're going to write just one example of an adjective that fits that suffix underneath each one. So under AL, phenomenal. Under airy, secondary. Full, beautiful. Ick, athletic. Ish, squirmish. Less, heartless. Like, father-like. Ly, bubbly. And ous, enormous. And what I'll do is I will zoom out and just undo all of the flaps on this side that I've just done. If you need to pause it to look at all of these flaps, you may. And then we will move on to the next one. So the next side, we have able, likable, ibble, horrible, ant, reluctant, ent, patient, ive, alive, ing, terrifying, ed, annoyed, en, linen, and y, bouncy. Okay, so now I will flip all of these over. If you need to pause it right now to copy these down, go right ahead. And then we will move on to the next one. So the next one is just these same suffixes, but it gives a lot more examples. So none of the examples that are over here were ones that we copied over here. So these are all different ones. Adjective examples is your title. It's just a list of short list, even though this is a big list. Short list of different adjectives that maybe you could find in a sentence or could help you think of another one or just help you include one of these in a writing or a sentence at any given moment. Okay? Now, remember, adjectives describe nouns. So we're only going to be working and thinking about people, places, things, and ideas, numbers, colors, all of these that help describe in more detail what nouns are. Okay, and that's the adjectives role. This is all we're going to do today. Besides the Google form that's attached to this assignment, you're just going to try to find all of the adjectives that are in each sentence in each question on the Google form.